Welcome back. It is the Flow Sports Hour on Flow FM. Brenton Colmer is having a well-deserved week off after a massive weekend at the National Dirt Kart Championships at Tatiara Karting Club. But the club president, Vaughan Colwill, is a very good substitute for Brenton, and he joins me on the line right now. Thank you for joining me, Vaughan. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, Dan?
Very well, thank you. Like I said, I really appreciate you coming on and chatting today, and I'm sure you're enjoying the week after a very big weekend. I'm sure it was a busy one for you.
Oh, yeah, it was massive. It sort of went for 5 or 6 days, and then there was the lead-up of getting everything ready. So, yeah, it was a huge weekend.
So let's recap the event a little bit. Just run us through how many races were there. I know there were a lot of heats and different classifications and all those sorts of things, but just give us a bit more detail on exactly how many different classifications and how many sort of finals there were. I know there were nearly 500 people racing, so it certainly was a very big event.
Oh, it was a huge event. We had 512 competitors or karts entered, which has never been done before. So it was just a huge event. They all had a practice on the Wednesday, which is on the Thursday. We had to pit everyone into the pits on Wednesday, so some people started turning up on Tuesday, and then Thursday we did the practice. Normally practice is done on Friday, but just because it was so many entries to get through, we just wouldn't have been able to fit it in. So we had the practice on the Thursday, and then we had a street party Thursday night, which was pretty cool, and then Friday into the heat. So everyone had 2 heats on Friday, 2 heats on Saturday, and then into the finals on Sunday.
All right, very exciting, and I bet the street party was a big night and a big highlight. And I think Brenton, I spoke to him twice on the show last week, and I think it was Wednesday, he told me there were about 450 karts. By Friday, that number was approaching 500, and now you're saying there were more than 500. So there must have been quite a few sort of late entries and people committing quite late. I'm sure that kept you guys nice and busy.
Yeah, they had to commit early on. There was always that number. That includes the rookies and the midgets, which aren't competitive classes. They're sort of like 5 years old and upwards. So without them, it would be in the high 400s. But yeah, all up there was 512 karts.
Yeah, okay, very good. And I'm sure the rookies and the 5-year-old midgets provided some highlights for all the spectators and the families there watching. Who were some of the big winners from the weekend?
Yeah, we had competitors coming, from Darwin and from Western Australia and all over the place. So it was spread around a bit. I guess it was mostly South Australians that they had the luck over the weekend taking it off. We had a couple of guys that managed to win 2 classes, which is an awesome effort to be able to get yourself to the front with such huge fields. Some of the fields had up to 60 karts, and you can only take 20 through to the final on Sunday, and then to manage to get yourself to the front of that is an amazing effort. So Jake Curvers and Alex Magro both won 2 classes each. They're both from Adelaide, so that was pretty cool. We had some local members do well. Kai Williamson from Bordertown, he won the junior heavies and was the standout, and Dylan Bowering managed to get the junior lights, which was, I guess, wasn't quite expected. He didn't have the pole position, but he was just quick enough all day and put down a really good final and managed to win it. So he's from down at Mount Gambier, so that was pretty cool.
All right, definitely good news when some of the local lads are performing well and on the podium. So congratulations to all the winners on the weekend and all the participants. I'm sure everyone just being there is a big honour. So well done to everyone that was involved. And Vaughan, how much manpower did it take to put the event on? I'm sure it was a lot of work to put everything on from your club, and I bet there were a lot of volunteers helping out.
Yeah, it was huge. Massive effort. We had a lot of support from other sporting clubs come in and run things for us and cook food, and the Tatiara District Council was awesome, helping us with the street party and everything that we need to run the event. People from other clubs, put their hand up, weren't racing, were coming to the event or whatever. They stepped in and did things as well. So it was a huge effort from everyone. It was, took a lot of manpower.
As the club president, did you know what you were getting yourself into hosting this event? Has the Tatiara Dirt Karting Club had this event before?
Yeah, we have, but not to this scale. No one's done it to this scale. So, yeah, it was meant to run last year, and unfortunately it got rained out. So I knew what I was up for, and a lot of the planning was already done last year. So we just had to, implement a lot of it and update a lot of it this year. So it wasn't too bad.
Well, great to hear that the event's only getting bigger and bigger, and that you've not done it to that scale before. I'm sure next time it will be even bigger once again. And how good was the event for the town and the local areas? I have to assume that the local businesses were thriving with so many people in the town for the championships.
I've certainly heard some of them have been very busy. Pubs, some of the, the shops down the streets, and the butcher shop and the hardware, and some of the guys from Darwin rocked up and couldn't handle how cold it was, so they had to go and get some warmer stuff. I hope everyone's picked up a bit out of it. Just having, that many people in the town for 5 or 6 days, it has to be good for the community and the Tatiara.
Yeah, I had a feeling the butchers and the pubs and probably the bakeries as well were some of the big beneficiaries. So, yeah, good to hear that they were doing well out of the event. What does the Kart Club have coming up next now that this event's passed?
We've got a couple of regular, fairly large meetings that we'll gear up for. One's in March called the Dirt Kart Masters. A lot of people travel for that, and the event went that well. We've already got people from WA wanting to know the dates for that because they reckon they're coming back. So I think that'll be a fairly big event next year. And other than that, Lucendale are hosting the Australian titles next year. So I guess we'll get ready for that and give them a bit of a hand to run that one too.
Very good stuff. And in the shorter term, I think the dirt karting season is nearly wrapping up, but do you have any events over the next few weeks before you get into the summer and take a break?
Yeah, not this weekend, but the one after. There's a 2-day event, Saturday at Lucendale, Sunday at Tatiara. So that's an event that runs every year and is normally fairly successful. So we'll support that and get that done. And yeah, probably won't be a lot more this year. We'll start getting hot and Christmas comes around and things get busier, so we'll probably wrap it up before too long.
All right, well, good for you and your club to get a well-deserved break after a very successful national championships. Vaughan, thank you very much for joining me on the show today. Been great hearing that they were a big success, so congratulations to you and your club for putting them on, and all the best for the rest of the season and for those big events coming early next year as well.
Yeah, thanks a lot.